Nancy. I'm Alex, and this is Sam.
Sam.
Nice to meet you both. I had a kick of watching Earthsounds, not to mention my kitty. She jumped on the TV stand and was just at par, living the life out in the wild.
That was brilliant. She may have heard things that we couldn't hear. She may have picked up on some of the higher frequencies that we missed.
You know what? She may have.
Whole different experience.
Were you at locations at any point?
I was for part of. We were mainly sort of back at base trying to coordinate sort of 65 shoots over sort of 3.5 years across all 7 continents. So we were largely sort of back at base and sort of coordinating teams and checking how everybody was getting on. So it was I did make it out on one shoot to Southern California.
To wine country.
To wine country. So it wasn't the most arduous or epic of adventures, but it was a really interesting trip.
Alex, you just came from like a successful Earth at Night in Colors, also narrated by Tom Hiddleston.
Right.
And you bring him back from
Yes.
Earthsounds. I mean, I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Yes. So we made Earth at Night in Color for Apple TV Plus about 4 years ago, and for us as a production company at Offspring Films, we're all about see things differently, and we're always trying to see the natural world in fresh ways and look for those fresh angles so we can tell new stories. And working with Apple TV Plus felt like the perfect partner. Think different. You know, they're all about pioneering technology and mixing technology and entertainment together. And they've got the ambition and the drive to make really groundbreaking, pioneering material. So this was a natural evolution from the first series. Rather than seeing things at night for the first time, it was hearing the natural world using new tech for the first time. And so the concept behind the series was pretty simple. It was, you know, the natural world's buzzing with millions of sounds, but our human ears only hear a fraction of it. So using new tech, we can eavesdrop on this amazing world of sound. And what's cool about it is when you start listening, animals, we're a visual species, right? So we use sound basically to communicate, but our animals are using it for all sorts of weird stuff, to find mates, to hunt. There's animals that use sound as a weapon. There's animals that use kind of sound as a sedative. They make it in weird and wonderful ways. So we wanted to create this beautiful offering where, you know, it invited the audience to hear our planet like never before. And then Tom felt like the perfect voice. He's got a great voice. I know there's a lot of people who are big fans of his voice. And he feels like he's the perfect rounded voice. He uses it like a musical instrument. So for a series about sound, he felt brilliant. But also, he's really great at bringing the characters to life. So he can make a little Pika Mouse suddenly feel really fun and give him lots of character. And he's brilliant at, he's good fun as well. Like we had a lot of fun working with him, and we would look at the different characters, and he would kind of think, how can I make this more fun? How can I make it more interesting? And he was, absolute professional and a joy to work with.
I was surprised to hear laser gun sounds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on the Lyrebird.
Mm-hmm.
It was that's one of many crazy sounds from the natural world, and that was from the Australian Forests episode, and the lyrebird, the master mimic that can mimic other 20 different species of bird song. But the really fun thing, and we filmed there over 2 seasons, and it's incredibly difficult to capture that behavior. So we used remote cameras with high quality microphones to be, so we didn't disturb the bird in their sort of nesting arenas. And it captures the sort of magical moment where the male's in there and the female approaches, and only when she's in the arena and they're dancing, they're one of the only animals that can perfectly choreograph their song and their dance. So they always, the dance moves always go with the same phrases of the song. But that's the sort of the how do you say, pièce de résistance, or how you say, it's the culmination of that amazing acoustic display is the laser gun. Pew, pew, pew. And that's the that means he's succeeded basically. She's very interested if he fires the laser gun.
Yes, and even the one with the underground, a similar sound, right? With like some sort of electric shock rays.
Which one was that one?
That was
Oh yeah, the deep,
Pacific,
yeah.
episode 4.
As we sort of descend into the deep.
Hmm.
We worked with some scientists who've got deep water hydrophones in some of the deepest parts of the ocean, and at a certain level in the ocean, sound travels further than anywhere else on Earth. So we're able to capture the sound of blue whale songs singing across oceans, because the sound can just travel hundreds of miles. But also there's sounds down there that scientists still don't know what they are. They just still haven't identified them. So it's but it's a brilliant way of monitoring what's happening in the depths of our ocean, where it's so dark you can't see. So animals rely on sound.
Yes, it's
And
impressive.
across the series, we say we recorded 3,000 hours of audio, but what was also exciting was for a few really precious sounds, we sourced them from scientists in the cutting edge of bioacoustics. So like the deep water stations, or there were a group of researchers who work with orca killer whales, and they have a special scientific permit to put microphones onto those killer whales, onto the orcas. And working with them, we secured their vocalizations, and you can hear them echolocate. But what's quite cool is you can also hear them slurping every time they get a herring and they eat a fish. So you get these really detailed, intimate calls from the very cutting edge of science. So the project's been the culmination of pulling together all our amazing sound recordings and working with scientists to create the most comprehensive natural sound project ever attempted on television.
I love obviously I have a cat. I have 2 cats. So I love the cat scenes, the different ones, and I love the ocean ones, the episodes with the silhouettes. But one of my highlights that I did not anticipate was the sloth.
Yeah, everybody loves the sloth.
I had no idea they sounded like that. We went out there and the producer had said, it makes a weird call, and I was kind of like, but the sloth's going to be very slow moving and could be a little bit boring. And he said, no, just bear with us, and then I heard the sound. It was like, oh my goodness! It just it's such a high pitch for such a slow animal, and somehow you think a slower animal would have a deeper voice. Yes. Very, very weird.
Yes.
I was impressed, and people have to watch because we get to learn about the fastest thing they do within a minute, or in a minute.
Yeah, right.
That's right. Most of their lives pretty slow, but there's one thing they do very quickly. And watch the show to find out.
I had to rewind, be like, did I hear right?
Well, I think also part of the idea behind the series was to create these soundscapes and to show the audience how animals use sound, but also have some fun. I think that to get people to watch natural history and to get people to engage, it's got to be fun. And what's quite cool is that the episode length is short. They are 23-minute films with a making of at the end. And so they whip along at pace, and they're action-packed, they're full of drama, they're full of action. They've got hopefully a bit of a sense of humor to them. And we're not scared to have some fun with the animals and the storytelling. So it feels like an easy watch. And at the end of each episode, in natural history, it's always the cinematographers who get all the limelight. And in this series, we wanted to sort of give a bit of credit to the unsung heroes, the soundies, the sound recordists. So at the end of each episode, there's the making of. It's not behind the scenes, but the behind the sounds. So it's a chance for those sound recordists to really shine and to show their amazing fieldcraft and expertise, which normally goes under the radar.
Indeed. Well, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the project. And people are going to be loving it just like I did.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.